Welcome learner, my name is Shibaji Debnath. In this tutorial, I will be talk about admin dashboard app or admin app like this, and this application developed with Angular framework, and here I am using Angular Material UI and Tailwind CSS. These two UI actually I am using in this design, and if you want to learn about this thing, so you can check out the whole tutorial and you can be understand how it develop and how can be modified this admin dashboard. I also share my GitHub link of this source code, and you can check out the link, and there you can download the link and you can modify this dashboard as per your own software development project. Okay, and step by step I explain about so many things, how can this modified admin dashboard and how can use it in your applications. Okay, so let's start to understand how can create and how can develop this dashboard using Material UI and Tailwind CSS. Okay, let's start to write our code from the scratch, and how can we create our basic application like this kind of application. How can we create using Angular and Angular framework and with Tailwind CSS. Okay, so Tailwind CSS is not so much matter currently. Currently I am working with Angular material. So how can we use in our Angular material with our Angular framework? First we need to be open the VS Code first. So here we can be create Angular routing options, and here we can be use SCSS option. So our project installed completely, and this is our project. And after this project we can go to the source folder, and so our project is created properly. And now we can first start our application. Okay, so our project already started, and now we can see newly created project like this. And at this moment I need to be use to material app. Okay, so when we are start to material app, for that purpose we need to use this syntax first, and here we can go this section, and after this section we can paste it in this terminal. Okay, and when I put the terminal, then here we can be use the 16.1.6. this package will be needed. Okay, and here we have some theming options. So here we want to modify our theme. For that purpose we can use it as a custom. Okay, and if we want to use some global typography, so for that purpose we can use it as a yes. Okay, and after that we can include and enabled our animation option. So our package are installed properly. So here three files are actually implemented. One is the package.json, and this package.json have two supports, one Angular CDK and another is the Angular material. These two package mainly required to modifying our application. What is material? Material is a components where we can get various type of components module, and CDK is the another type of module where is the component dev kit where we can get the components behavior library. Okay, so these two type of packages are required to implement our application. Okay, so first two things actually we are set up in our app, and also our app already running, so we are not getting so much changes in our file. And also here get some modifications in style.css, and this style.css where we can set up custom modifications as per our needed. Okay, but currently we are not modified anything in our app. Now we are also here some fonts installation, which is actually getting from the Google Fonts API. So after that we can get some module addition here, browser animation module. So this browser animation module are required when we are actually interactive options we want to see in our application. So for that purpose we need to be add this module in our project. Okay, now how can we are create our application very initial way? We need to be remove all the things here, and after that if we want to use any component from our material component library, so first thing, if you want to use this autocomplete component in your application, so first thing you need to be add this module into app module section. So here you need to be copy this particular module, and after that you need to be paste the module here. When you are paste this module, and after that you can be use your autocomplete UI. So what kind of autocomplete UI you can be use? For that purpose you can go for the example section, and after that you can see the like this. So if you want to use these components as per your requirement, so for that purpose you can go to the code section, and here you can get the codes. Okay, so I will be explain what is the actual codes and how it work properly. So now I just copy this code from this section, and after that we are pasting here. Okay, right now we are getting so much errors in this section. Okay, first thing, we don't need only mat autocomplete module. This is the actually one module, but we need another module which is the mat form module, because this is the another supportive module which is required to implement our this autocomplete module. So for that purpose you need to be go to the form fill module here, and after that you go to the API section, and this API reference line, this API module need to be copy from this section, and after that you need to paste the section here, and also you need to be copy this class name from here to you can need to be paste here this module section. Okay, after using this section you this problem is solved now, but after that we need to be add some modification option. So here is the form control module. So when we want to use the form control module, so for that purpose we need to be use the reactive form. Basically this is the actually reactive form options when we are using mat input. So mat input is a options where we can apply the form input options. Okay, so for that purpose we need to be go here, and after that we can install reactive form modules to be import here, and after that when we save it here, after that we can go to the my control options, and this my control options can be used in our ts file. Okay, and when we are actually using the ts file, so first my control options, and after that here we can create form control class, and here we can use default value as a null. Okay, and after that here all the problem does not be resolved properly, so for that purpose we can use the filter options, and this filter options getting some actually here using some pipe which called async. So this async pipe uses for this particular variable using as a observable. So here we can use it as a observable object, and here use as a string. Okay, and right now here we are actually not set up any initial value, so for that purpose we can use exclamatory sign to remove this problem. Okay, and after remove this problem we can use the options section where we can implement the value options which actually required. Okay, but here we can use the options section, but this time it does not require actually. How can see our application? This is the very basic application, but this time we are could not see the proper design in this particular field. Why? Because when we are actually using the autocomplete section, so this is the actually form field section, and this form field UI design also required input field. So this form field actually referred another module which called mat input. Okay, so this is the mat input is the another type of form field which is actually required. Here is the input section, and this input module when we are use, after that this kind of design part can be seen for our input field. So right now we just copy the section, and also we can be paste the section in our app module.ts file, and after that we can copy the module and then we can paste it here. Okay, and after using this we can see the proper UI design for the input field. Okay, this field are actually working. Now here we need to be use another options section. This option section is actually required, and right now we need to be implement onInit method, and this onInit actually not method, this is the actually interface, and when we are actually implement this interface, after using this interface we can get the method, unimplemented method, which need to be implement in our class. So this time we need to be implement this code in our section, and here we can use this syntaxes for our code changes. So basically when we want to change our value, and this filter options can be filtered out from so many options. Okay, so here basically we can start with blank or null, and this is the actually RxJS operator, and this operator mention it as a when we are actually getting initial value, so that time it will be blank. And after that also we can use another operator which called method, and also we need to be implement the filter value. Okay, so here we can create the another method called filter. We can create here another function which called private filter, and this filter use like this. And now after that we can get the options value here. Here is the options, and this options is filtered out from this option, and when we are get the options, and here is the value of the filter value. Basically value is matched with our options, so that particular value can be reflected here. Okay, so when we are getting the value it's okay, and otherwise we can use it as a null also. Okay, so that means maybe sometimes we can get the value, otherwise if we are not getting any value, so after that we can use it as a blank. So this is the all operations we are actually using. So now we can see in the three value here 1 2 3, and after this which value actually I'm using here, we can see the value. Okay, so this is the all the things we are actually using in our code. If you want to modify these things properly, so how can modify it? So at this moment we want to create components section. Actually we are separated with some modules, because if you want to see our last admin design module, so for that purpose we need to be a structure way where we can manage all the resources with the proper structures. Okay, So first I explain how can we use basic module in our Angular material module for our application. So we are discuss it first, and after that, if we want to create this module into the separated module, so for that purpose we can create here some sub modules here. So now we can create here sub module ng g m, and here we can create a sub module called components. So components is a module where I have created with the components folder. Okay, so this is the components module, and this components module we can create autocomplete. Okay, so this is the autocomplete section, and this autocomplete field we can be used for our component section. So actually this autocomplete already have, but this autocomplete section is not fully completed when we are actually calling this module. Okay, so this is actually proper complete module actually here, and now we can create for our autocomplete module. So for that purpose we can use here ng g c co m po nents components autocomplete. So maybe name is okay. So this is the actually autocomplete. So now we can use it as a autocomplete. Okay, so our autocomplete module are created here, and this all module cut from this section, and after that we are paste it here. Okay, and after installing all this code, we are cut from all the things from this class, and we are paste it here. Okay, and after paste it we can set up it, we can get the this option, this option, this option. Okay, all the things we are actually set up here, and right now we are not getting any error from this section. Okay, now this autocomplete have some errors. Why? Because all this module are not required anymore in this module, because we are actually shifted all the things into the component module. So for that purpose we need to be use all the things using in our this module. Okay, so after copy and paste in this module, and we are getting some error. So right now from this module we are actually cut from here, and after that we can use all the module in this section. Okay, so after that we are not get any error anymore. Okay, and this section also does not required. So for that purpose I just remove all the things from this module. Okay, and when we are actually remove all the sections from this section, so of course we don't need record any of these syntaxes, and now we go for the this module section, and here all the codes are working perfectly fine, I think. Okay, so right now we are not getting proper output, so just paste it here all the thing. So just now we are getting the blank page here. Okay, and when we are get the blank page, so right now we want to use the autocomplete component in our main component. So how can do that? So this autocomplete module is the another separated module, and it is a sub module, and this sub module need to be add in our main module. So we can use the components module here, and when we are actually use this component module in our section, after this we can use the app dot autocomplete section, but we are not getting autocomplete component, because when we can calling this autocomplete module when we are using this particular selector in our element. So this particular element, when we are writing here, so we could not find this particular selector in our app component module. Why? What is the actual problem? Because when we are using sub module from this section, so right now we need to be export our component, which is actually want to use in this section. So if you don't export the component, so you can't be use any other module if you have required. Okay, so when I using it as a export module, and after that this module selector can be used in our app component.ts, and after using this app component.ts we can get with the app component options. Okay, so right now we can see the section. Okay, so this is the actually basic tutorial how can we use the material component app, and how can be separated that components with the sub module, and how can export the sub component and through the sub module. So I explain all the things in this video. But if we want to create that kind of dashboard UI, so you can use that dashboard UI link source code from the description box. And this tutorial is very important to understand how can we create your own dashboard using Angular material app. If you like this tutorial, so definitely hit the like button in this video, and it must be shared with your friends who are interested to learn about Angular. And this is the actually Angular advanced topic, and these topics may give you to proper idea about Angular architecture. And if you are new in my YouTube channel, so definitely subscribe my YouTube channel. And if you want to know about something about Angular, so you can ask me into the comment, and definitely I will answer you, and we will be meet with you next video. Okay, bye.